Okay, you can see the detail of these rosettes. These are all hand carved, okay, in the ceramic. I hope that some of you have tried to make some ceramic at your local little pottery place and gotten, as I have, at a certain point, just so frustrated saying, I can't do this anymore. I don't have the patience. And you can imagine the patience it takes to carve out each one of these rosettes, each one of these flowers in the ceramic. So this is a combination of a skill from a ceramicist, even on the top. Look at that, look at the rosette and the flower. And then it's the ability to do the glazing and the crackle effect. Again, a neutral color. We have a lot of neutrals or the blues and naturals. They're all really neutral in today's color palette. And this is done as a set of 3 right back here. The set of 3 canisters. They're really decorative pieces. You could put something in them. They're not for food or anything, but you could put flowers in them too if you wanted to do that for an affair or for something. So, set of 3 ceramic rosettes. We also have, we started our whole porcelain collection. One of our hottest things was this acid green color with the crackle finish. And it's still something that I love, that I think really is so beautifully done. It looks like the crackle is so underneath this glaze. It looks like it was lacquered, 100 times, and it really has a special feeling to it. So we have a new set with some interesting shapes that we got from a museum, a Chinese museum, a history museum, just to create some different things than the classic Chinese vases that are out there. We did it in the yellow, in the imperial yellow, which I think traditionally we haven't done as well as we really felt it should be. We think that the yellow is still a great accent color in the home, and so while we don't have many pieces in it, we still believe in it, and that's why we came out with it in the yellow. At some point, everybody's going to pick up on the trend that we've identified, and then the classic acid green. On the table here, one of our factories is working and reproduced animals in the aluminum, and we just thought that they were really interesting, and we did 4 different jungle animals. They have a really nice weight to them. I can't translate that to you other than to tell you that they have a nice weight to them, and you'll feel them for those of you that are in the showroom. We also have some new aluminum trays. These are actually they're shape of fish, okay, and I'm not sure if it says food safe or not. Personally, I use these with food, and they'll make a great serving piece for food. The bottoms have the cushions on them to protect the table, and when we're selling this as a set of 2, and I think they're just great decorative
cast aluminum?
and icons. Yes, this is aluminum. So I think most of our aluminum is food safe. Okay, we have back here these are bone boxes, and I just want to I'll pull one here as these so they can see it. First of all, again, we're talking about the artistry here, the mosaic artistry, the wonderful workmanship. These are 4 different pieces of bone times however many squares we have here. The insides are just nicely finished, very simple, done on a wood material. And then the bottom, here we're showing you that it's really wood. So we left it in a natural color wood here. And so we did 2 patterns, again in the blues, and we think that there's a large one here. Okay, and then we have this one, which is actually from an architectural piece in Asia. These are windows, the shapes of windows, okay, and that's why they're so popular, and a lot of things that stands for. So this is a very popular shape, done in so many things today, and so we have it here. This is the smaller box of this set of 2. Over here we have some more ceramics, again in blue and white. We have back here a square tea jar. To do square-shaped ceramics, if anyone has done ceramics, it is a challenge. You don't see a lot of it around because it won't spin on the wheel that ceramic is often done. So it ends up being more expensive because out of 10 you may get 4 that don't hold the shape, and therefore they get thrown away. So all that kiln time basically is garbage, and you amortize it over the rest. So that's what typically happens. The sides here all have a Chinese character on them. Can we find out what Chinese character this is? Because I think some people may be interested, in, as am I. So, and I can't read it. It's a little too artsy for a Chinese character. It may just be a brushstroke piece of art, but we're going to find out. Okay, this in fact doesn't need any translation because it is in fact a piece of brushstroke, and that's what we love, the simplicity of this planter. This holds a nice 8-inch piece, and it goes beautifully with our set of 2 vases that we have. And this, I'm going to hold up the large one for you so that you just see, the size of this. This is really nice, about 18 or 20 inches high. Very simple. And so, you could, if you just wanted a white vase, turn it around. But here, we've accented it with the blue, which is really, again, a popular color palette today. Behind that, we have 2 pieces here with the blue and white. Again, Z, get in here. This is showing the schmutz that we love, okay? This is actually just schmutz from the actual making of the ceramic piece. We said don't clean them up. We really want to show the schmutz. We want to show these little irregularities that happen when you fire this stuff. We want the bottom, okay, to be like that, okay? Just to have a, that's just actually ceramic that's inside. That comes with it. Okay, we don't charge extra for that. But the whole point is that we want you to feel like you were in the ceramic factory, okay, or artisan studio, and you went in there and they painted it, they fired it, and you walk in there and you can imagine what it looks like. A big kiln, and you've just got, it's like getting a hot roll out of the oven, okay? Something really fresh, okay, hot off the press, and that's what we want you to feel like, that you have something that has integrity, that has people behind it, that has real, it's not just coming out of a machine. And all of this traditional art of Chinese painting on blue and white, we think just is wonderful, and we're so happy to bring that to you. On a more contemporary look, we have this set of 2 vases here, and what you can see here is the variety. Okay, you can get this one or this one. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so hopefully in the photography, if it's not there already, we will show you some of the variants in Eman and show you the different options of what can happen here so that people know the finish or the painting design will vary on each piece. Okay, and I guess I'm specifically pointing you out on this one because you can see how much it does vary, and we'll put that in the description in the catalog as well. It's still just such an interesting piece of art, and that's what we're trying to do with our ceramic. These are a similar item to our boxes that we had before, and we just did them with a blue and white to update that item. This item's been in the line probably for over 10 years, okay? And so with the frogs and different animals on top, customers really love them. And then down here, Z, we have some pieces also in ceramic. Now this is done in a, can you get close up? Because this is done in a matte finish. So what we do is we carve out this pattern. This is actually, they carve it in the ceramic. Maybe it's easier from the lid where this is all carved out. Okay?
So it's painted in the turquoise and then carved through.
Yes, so you begin to see that, that finish. And so this is a matte finish and the inside is glossy. So it's almost done like the inverse. It's like wearing a sweater inside out. And that's what we loved about it. It was just a different take, and we really liked the shapes. So I can't lift this up right now. Okay, so I'm gonna lift the smaller one up. These are really heavy pieces. Okay, and this is the size of the smaller one that you can see here. So again, they're in a soft teal blue or baby blue, It's in the blue family of the blue and white typically that we do. And again, it's just something different and interesting that we're bringing to you. And Z, you are leaning on our new tables.
And I'm a big guy, Tom, and it's supporting me.
Okay, so these are aluminum tables. They're all done with a natural kind of organic feeling to them. They're made out of aluminum, so you're going to get all those seams that happen because aluminum is a poured material and they push it together. It's very different than sheeting that you get in metal. Okay, all this work by hand, and then all the legs are soldered on here, and they're meant to look like twigs. So this is really inspired by nature, by tree trunks. Actually, it was inspired by the old wood, the petrified wood the pieces that have been so popular, and so we did this actually in aluminum here. They're very low tables, just so you know. They're only about 13 inches high. So in a sense, they have a very contemporary, interesting, decorative feel to them. And we just love the originality and the design of them. So that's sold as a set of 2. How much time do we have?
We're good. You can do this little grouping right here if you'd like.
Well, I'm going to go down. Let's go down and start. We're going to take a tour, go down to the other end, and start with our naturals. Okay. Anybody exhausted yet? This is a lot of product that we're putting in here, and I think that what's so exciting about it is that is the saleability. There's a lot of great things here. And our first thing really is are these trays. And again, the concept here was really to try to build on the natural color thing that's so neutral and it goes with so many different looks. Okay, so this is actually made, I think, let's just see. If I'm not mistaken, it's resin, MDF, and horn. Okay, so, and you really can't see the difference. This is the resin that's supposed to look like bone. And earlier today I showed you the real bone. So there is a difference between the two. And so this really looks great, but not quite as good, in my opinion, as the real bone. And so what we did was we created here, and I can't tell you the reason why, but we did horn, real natural horn mixed with the resin. Okay, and that comes on an MDF tray, and there are 2 sizes. This one is a really great piece to have. I'm just going to show it this way, Z, so you can kind of see the size of it. This is a really great size piece to have, you know, really out on a cocktail table, you know, on a cocktail table, those benches and things.
One of those large, oversized ottomans.
Yes. Okay, and that's what it's often used for. And it's a set of 2. We also have our boxes here. Okay, I think, are we showing this as a set? Yep. Surprise, we have a set of 2 boxes there. Okay. Okay, so we have a set of 2 boxes here. Again, they come back with the things for the table, so it's protected. And then we have a large mirror down here. I'm not going to pick this up, but if you would look at it, these are about 42 inches high. Okay, and they have a really nice profile to them. And you can see even the side has the detail, and the back is just simple MDF. We put these hooks on it so that you can hang in both directions, horizontally or vertically. Okay, talking about natural materials, we also have our horn here. Is this the new one or the old one? This looks like the old one.
Yeah. Oh, the small one
Okay.
that has little studs. They're just receiving it in, so I couldn't.
Okay, so I only have the original one to show you. The other one is about this high, but these are really also just genuine pieces of art. You know, that if you have a passion for it, it's a great piece.
And the small one has the studs around the bottom, which is different. It shows like it's little nails, but it is supposed to be like that.
Okay, so this small one, in order to attach it to the wood base, we're using some finishing nails, and that's actually part of the design. just to, hopefully you'll see that. I'm standing here next to two beautiful horses. Okay, all the details that I spoke about in the blue one will exist here. Okay, and so you see the different speckles in the finish. You see on the base here, that's an important element just to make it look all natural. I think these even come packed in with hay or with straw and things. And so here you have the white one, has a crackle look to it. They're really just beautiful pieces. Again, if you're into that art. In the front, we have a great. I think that one of the things about Tozai is that it is eclectic. It is really interesting. We're trying to bring you all different art from around the world. So this is out of India, okay? And one of our makers had access to some of the horn, and so he created this this box, okay? And so this is a box. Now this is a material that this is a brass material that is or tin that is somewhat flexible, okay? And so all of the turning, okay, and you're just going to see little nuances, okay, that tell you that this is a hand-done piece. Okay, but it has all the hammering. All this hammering is done by hand. Even the way they apply and they seal. These are those tacks we were talking about that will also appear on the other one. But you just see this gray, all this feeling. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Handmade.
If you went to India, for example, and went to a village, and you would be really happy to see the schmutz because it kind of makes it feel like there's some grit in the product, and that's what I think you have to remember when you're looking at some of these pieces. Here we have some frames also, all done with the horn. Okay, and the horn is it has a little movement to it. So sometimes you do see some spacing in between the horn. That just is something that comes naturally, from it. Okay, and all the profile again is beautiful, natural bone. And this is two sizes, and then we have our box, which has beautiful
finishing
black finishing there. And you can see this is meant to look all different. You can see the profile here that it's all meant to go up and down. That's the idea of it. Look what we have there. Kirsten is holding another item on that page, which is probably a 4.5 foot mirror. It's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Kirsten. You good on that? Hold that a little bit. Z?
There's a sawtooth on
I just want you to know, everyone to notice. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want everyone to see. That sound should tell you that these are all very thin. Okay, so when your store gets this, they may have to do a little bit of work just to straighten some of these out. Okay, you have to tell your retailers that. It just may be. See how thin this is? It just may be. That's the beauty of it. It's so delicate and light that it's not meant to be straight coming out of the machine. It's meant to have some waves and some life to it. And so I just want you to understand that if your customer has to do that, that's just part of it, and you should explain that.
It's cleaned. I was going to put it on the wall.
Thank you. Show them this detail too. Okay, this is one of the really nice details to it. These are metal, kind of like dots that are also part of the design. All right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Okay, we'll be back in a couple